Right now we're working on number 2 right here, 3.3, the guided and independent practice. This is going to be inside your math textbook, and it is page 177 and page 178. Okay, so take out your math textbook, page 177, 178. And I recommend you pause the video until you get there. Okay, so I am going to turn on my projector so we can see. Okay. We're going to do all the guided practice together, and then I'll give you a few numbers that you're going to do on your independent practice. Okay, so let's go through the guided practice together. We should have done the journal already, so we're going to be practicing multiplying factors of 10 and 100. Okay, so we talked about the method that we want to do is we want to box our numbers when we're doing that. Okay. And then we just add the zeros at the end. So, okay, so we know 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, so what we do, we're going to do the same thing. 8 times 5 is 40. We box that off, and then we just add all the extra zeros. We've got one extra zero, so we're going to add 1 0 there. That's 400. Again, box your numbers, your digits that are not 0. 8 times 5 is 40. And how many zeros do we need to add at the end? We've got 2 extra zeros. Add those 2 zeros. And don't forget your comma. Your answer is 4,000. Okay. 4 times 3 is 12. Box your digits that are not 0. 4 times 3 is 12. And we're going to add 1 extra 0. 4 times 3 is 12, and we're going to add 2 extra zeros, and don't forget your commas. Okay, 7 times 7 is 49, and we're going to add 1 extra 0. 2 times 7 is 14, and we're going to add 2 extra zeros. Box our digits that are not 0. 3 times 2 is 6, and we're going to add 1 extra 0. 9 times 8 is 72, and we're going to add 2 extra zeros. 7 times 5 is 35. We're going to add 1 extra 0. 8 times 5 is 40. And you're going to add 2 extra zeros. Okay, so here are the questions that I want you to do on your own. I'm going to highlight them for you and let you guys circle those. And then I recommend you pause the video, do them yourself, and then watch the part where I'm reviewing for you. Okay, so let's get a highlighter. I want you to do number, let's just go straight. You have a lot of work today. What do you have? Oh, okay. You're going to do 12, 16, 20, 24. You're going to do 14, 18, 22, 26. Okay, so this whole row right here and the third row, column, the first column and the third column. And then over here, I want you to do just number 32. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video now. And do first column, third column, and number 32. All right, if you are a good boy or a good girl, you are just coming back from having done all those, you press pause and we're going to go over them. Okay. Box your digits that are not 0. 3 times 7 is 21. Box your digits that are not 0. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 more 0. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2 more zeros. Wobble, wobble if you got that one right. 4 times 2 is 8, and add 1 more 0. 5 times 5 is 25, and add 2 more zeros. 5 times 4 is 20, and add one more 0. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 5 is 40 and add one more 0. 8 times 5 is 40 and add 2 more zeros. Don't forget to add your comma. This one's a little tricky because they flipped it backward. Okay, so I'm going to flip it so I can box my numbers, my digits that are not 0. 2 times 7 is 14 and add the 0. 9 times 7 is 63 and add your 2 zeros. 9 times 5 is 45 and add 1 0. Okay, let's go to your very last one. Last year, 4th graders at Summit School collected 500 cans of food for the food drive. This year's 4th graders want to collect 2 times as many cans. And we know when we hear times as many, it's multiplication. How many cans does this year's 4th graders hope to collect? Okay, so we want to underline what they're asking us. They want to know how many cans this year's 4th graders are going to collect. Okay, so this year's 4th graders want to collect twice as many as last time. So last year they had 500 cans of food, and this year we have, this year they want to do twice as many. Okay, so our problem is going to be 2 times 500. And remember, when you're working out word problems, I want no naked numbers. We don't leave naked numbers without labels because when it gets to 2 3-step problems, then you don't know what your numbers represent anymore. We don't know where we're going. So it's really important to label them. Okay, 500 is the number of cans collected last year. Okay, and it doesn't have to, you don't have to write all that. Do something just to let yourself know what it is. Okay, so number of cans last year. Okay, and right here, this is what they want this year. Okay, they want 2 times as many. So I just make sure I label them so I don't lose track of what my numbers mean. Okay, so now we work it out. Box your number. 2 times 5 is 10, and then add your zeros. Don't forget your comma. This year, they hope to collect 1,000 cans.